Dear students, so today we will be reading about this lesson, right. So, welcome you to the second semester syllabus. So, the first lesson that you have read to prepare in the second semester examination is photosynthesis in plants. This is the name of the lesson, right. So, before going ahead, you must know what is photosynthesis, right. What is photosynthesis? Clear? The name of the lesson is photosynthesis in plants. So, what is photosynthesis? That you must know first. Clear? So, this photosynthesis you see, this literally is made up of two words, this photo and this synthesis. And the meaning of this word photo we use for light. Clear? The second word synthesis. Synthesis means to make something new using certain raw materials. To make something new using using some raw materials. I will not go, you just see. When I say material, you have well read about the word material in your chemistry. Material means anything, thing also we cannot use. All those are called materials if they have some mass. Means you can tell their mass. Mass also you know very well, mass is the content. If they have some content, that is mass. Means you compare the mass of potato when you go in the vegetable market with your parents, and then you see the vegetable seller, they say 1 kilogram of potatoes or 2 kilogram of potatoes. So, we compare the masses, right, with that kilogram in the balance. So, material is something or that which has some mass, means it contains something, it is made up of one or the other kind, right. So, material or matter is something that has mass. And second feature of material, this second feature of this is that it occupies some space. It occupies some space means this chalk, if I say, is material because it has some mass, something is there in it that is making this chalk. You are very well familiar, the chalk is made up of calcium, right. So, this chalk is a material because this chalk is satisfying two conditions. The first condition is it has mass, and the second thing is occupies space. You know, space is similar to the word place, right. Many often you complain during your classes that your friend is not giving space to sit or place to sit, right. Actually, space is the vacant area or volume that has nothing in it, that is empty, right. So, a material is, all those are material which which have mass and which occupy space. Then now I think you have clear idea about the material. Let us see some of the material. This chalk is a material, a piece of stone is a material, then the water you use for drinking is material, right. Then all what you generally use the term thing for them, they are materials. This stand is material, this duster in my hand is material, my specs are material, this green board is a material. So, this air around me is also a material. You should not confuse. The flame of a candle, the flame of a candle is also a material. You should not confuse, because it occupies some place. You can see its place while a candle is lit, right. It is the gaseous state of that particular material that undergoes combustion process or a chemical reaction that is in between that material and the oxygen of the atmosphere and turns into flame. So, now you have clear idea about material. So, material is all those that exist have mass and occupy space. They are have mass and occupy space. They are called as materials. Clear? Raw material. Now comes the adjective of this material is noun. You have read about noun is name of all those which occupy space and they have mass. They are called materials. Now, raw material is a fresh material. Nothing is no change is brought about in them either naturally or artificially, to say something that existed in its original form, right. Means, suppose you dug a potato from the soil, right. You know the potatoes, they grow under the ground, under the soil. You dug a potato, and as you have taken it out of the soil and you come and give it to your mother for making curry, then you can say this is a raw potato. If this potato is peeled by your mother, once it is peeled, it will not remain the raw potato. Reason is a modification is brought about, a change is brought about in its original existing state. So, raw material is a material that is in its original form and no artificial, that is man made or nature made changes are brought about once they are ready, right. So, raw material is a material that is in its original form, right. So, I was telling you what is the meaning of the word synthesis. So, meaning of the word synthesis is to make something new. Now, you must note this phrase, this part of the sentence you must note carefully. To make something new. You people are the students of science. You have read about the chemical changes and the physical changes. When something is new is made, that is surely a chemical change, right. You have read about the properties, you may have read about the differences between physical change and a chemical change, right. I am not intended to go deep into the chemistry, but thing is, in a chemical change, entirely new substance is formed. New substance is formed entirely. Entirely means, suppose A and B combine, these are raw materials, suppose raw material A and the raw material B, they combine and they form C. This C is neither having the properties and features of A nor having the properties and features of B. This is entirely a new substance. Such a change is called a chemical change. But suppose raw material A combines with raw material B and produces a substance that is AB, right. So, here you see this substance AB is having the property of this raw material A also, this property of B also. So, this product is not a new, entirely not a new, right? Only what has changed, its shape may have changed. So, the such change brought about in the raw material is called a physical change, whereas when the raw materials combine and they result in the formation of a substance that is newly formed, entirely different from the raw materials or reactants. So, in such cases we call it as a chemical change. So, remember, I have told you synthesis means to make something new, something new. New means a substance, a product that is not having neither having the property of the reacting substances or combining substances that have made them, right? And photo means light. For light we take sunlight, right? For light, sunlight. So, combined meaning of this word that we use is the word is photosynthesis, is the name of your lesson that you have to go ahead with. So, photosynthesis is photosynthesis due to light. If light is, so here at this stage you must remember one thing very strictly, that photosynthesis is not possible in any case in absence of light. Just see, it's very simple. Synthesis, photosynthesis, can it be photosynthesis without this word? The word turns into synthesis, right? So, remember this important aspect. When you talk of photosynthesis, then always remember this word photo is essential to carry on this process. Now, the name of the lesson is photosynthesis in plants. Photosynthesis in plants, right? This process, that is production of entirely new substance in plants, right? Plant is a living thing or non-living? Oh, it's silly. It's a silly question to ask to a student of class 7, isn't it? Obviously, all of you know plants are living things. For living things, the Latin word we use is bios, B-I-O-S, bios. So, we use this much only for our study, and when you write to define this photosynthesis, so now let us see how to define or describe this process of photosynthesis. As this photosynthesis occurs in bio means the plants, living beings, and second aspect is that this change is a chemical change. I told this one is a chemical change. Chemical change means here completely a new substance is formed, understood? In this case, completely a new substance is formed that has got no features, no similarities, no aspects common to the reacting substances. Is that clear to all of you? Now, let us see how to describe or how to define this word photosynthesis. So, when we talk of photosynthesis, remember this word photo meaning light or the sunlight, and synthesis means to produce something new. Something new is produced generally in a chemical change, but in a physical change, the physical aspects change. That is not new, that is the change in the physical state, right. So, that is a major difference between the physical change and a chemical change. Do you follow? So, how to define photosynthesis? How to define this word photosynthesis? So, photosynthesis, first photosynthesis is, what is this? Is a change, but what kind of change? Is a what kind of change? Chemical change. But this chemical change, where is it taking place or who is participating participating in this. So, is a biochemical. Is a biochemical. When I say biochemical, I mean to say a chemical change that has taken place in a or in a living being. Do you follow? So, a chemical photosynthesis is a biochemical change, right? And what happens in this? What all things take place in this photosynthesis? So, photosynthesis is a biochemical change in which what happens? The carbon dioxide, right? In this carbon dioxide is a molecule of a compound, right, that is formed by the combination of carbon and oxygen. One carbon atom and two oxygen atoms, they combine chemically and form this material, the raw material you can say, and this material is made up of carbon and oxygen. Generally this exists at room temperature or at normal temperature. This material exists in gaseous form. So, this is not complete to write. Whenever you write in chemistry CO2, then in small bracket you write gas and then complete this bracket. Generally you can make a middle bracket in this place, right. So, that is matter of chemistry, but you know carbon dioxide, CO2 gas, right. So, photosynthesis is a biochemical change in which the carbon dioxide taken from atmosphere atmosphere is the part of our earth where we live, and that is completely made up of gases. Many often you are asked about the composition of atmosphere. Then you say atmosphere is a mixture of is not compound of, remember, is mixture of what? Different gases. Some important or prominent gases in atmosphere are the gases that make our atmosphere. The dominating amount of share is of nitrogen. This nitrogen you show with N. If I ask what is the share of nitrogen, what is the percentage of nitrogen in the atmosphere, all of you know very well, this answer you know very well. About 78% of the atmosphere is made up of nitrogen. Then what about the other gases? After nitrogen, the second prominent gas that makes our atmosphere is oxygen. Oxygen is 20.9%, right? Out of every 100 molecules, 20.9 molecules, they are oxygen, right? So, with this amount, the things reach to what's here? 78 plus 21. So, 9 and 9, 99. How much is remaining? In 1% share, roughly 1% share is of carbon dioxide, then all halides, right? Helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon, right? So, these then other mixtures, other components that make our atmosphere are dust particles, then water molecules, these H2O molecules in vapor form. So, these are the different. This CO2 is present in the atmosphere and its percentage is 0.4%, very less in amount, right. So from this atmosphere, plants, they take in carbon dioxide. What I read? What I wrote? Taken from atmosphere. You know, we breathe always. Breathe in the air. The air where from do we take? We take the air from the surrounding atmosphere. As you know, the fish lives in the ocean of water. Is surrounded by water from all sides. Similarly, we human beings or the terrestrial animals, we are just in an ocean of what? Air, atmospheric air, and continuously since our birth, we keep on taking this air, breathing this air, and from that mixture of air, what we separate? This oxygen for us. Oxygen for us. You know, oxygen is used for breathing, right? So I will come back to the aspect I was describing or defining photosynthesis. So photosynthesis is a biochemical change. Biochemical change, I have told you, the chemical change that takes place in a living being, or it involves a living being or a living factor, right? And in this process of change, or in this process of photosynthesis, what happens? The carbon dioxide that the plants take from the atmosphere is combined, is added with, joined with, combined with the water, the common water, H2O, and this water generally exists in liquid form. So this way you write water. You know, the plants, they take this water from where? They take this water from the soil. You have already read in your classes about the function of roots. Roots, they absorb water and minerals from the soil. So you see, in the process of photosynthesis or this biochemical change, the plants, they get carbon dioxide from atmosphere. And where from do they get this water? Do they visit some tap or a hand pump for pumping water, or a tube well, or a normal bore well, or do they go to the ponds, rivers, ditches, oceans, lakes? No, it's not so. What happens? Where from then they get the water? Do they come and ask for water, or do they visit the shops and ask, get me or give me a bottle of Bisleri or some water brands commonly available for? No, it's not so. I have told you, the plants, the underground part is called the root system, and you have already read, I have already told you in your previous class about the function of this root system. The main function of is anchorage, that is fixing the plant into the soil, that is holding the soil firmly so that the plant may not fall down with a strong wind. And the second important function is to absorb water and minerals from the soil, because plants need water. As you need water, your body needs water. I have told you in the previous class while telling you about the nutrients that water is one of the essential nutrients that provides us with the minerals, maintains the body temperature, and this helps in the bowel movement, helps in dissolving the food materials with the different enzymes. Similarly, the plants too, they need water. And where from do they get the water? They get the water from the soil. They absorb water from the soil, right? They absorb water from the soil. Clear? Now you see, the plants, they have these two substances, water as well as this carbon dioxide. If I ask you where from a plant gets the water, your answer will be from the soil. How do they get the water from the soil? Their roots absorb water. The absorbing mechanism also I will tell you later when it comes. If it is in the syllabus, someday I will tell you if you want, or in some other video I will tell you the mechanism of how the plants they absorb water from the soil, right. So, as we take in the water in our body by simply sipping or drinking the water, similarly the plants they absorb water from the soil by absorbing the soil water with the help of their roots or root system, right. So, now they are availed with carbon dioxide, one raw material, and the another raw material is water. Now, what happens in photosynthesis? Now, in new substance, not a substance that is carbon dioxide, nor a substance that is H2O, a new thing will be formed. So, photosynthesis is a biochemical change in which the carbon dioxide taken from the atmosphere is combined with the water and converted into carbohydrate. Carbohydrate that you write chemically as C6H12O6, right? Carbohydrate. Here at this place, I should say you or get you one information that carbohydrate is a compound that is made up of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. But all compounds that are made up of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, they are not carbohydrate. Then you may say, sir, you just now told that this carbohydrate is made up of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, and immediately you are changing your words and you are saying all the substances that are made up of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, they are not carbohydrate. Yes, obviously, clearly, and let me tell you that there is one condition. All those compounds made up of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen are carbohydrate if the proportion of hydrogen and oxygen in that compound is 2:1. 2:1, this ratio or this proportion is in water. I have written H2O, right? Do you follow? How many hydrogen atoms are there in this molecule of water? You see H2, at the bottom we write the number of atoms. So, how many hydrogen atoms make this water? 2. How many oxygen atoms make? 1. For 1 we do not write and we understand. If it is more in number we write. If it is 2, then we have deuterium or hard water. That is another kind of substance. But for water that we use commonly for drinking purpose, for our body needs it as nutrient. So, essential condition for a compound made up of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen to be carbohydrate is that the proportion of hydrogen and oxygen should be in, means if it is 2 hydrogen then oxygen, 1 oxygen. If I say 4 hydrogen, then how many oxygen will be there? 2, half of this. If it is 6, this will be 3. If hydrogen is 8, then what will be the number of oxygen? Yes? Yes, if it is 8, then just a half, means 4. Do you follow? So, here you see I have written the formula of a simple carbohydrate. Now, let us see, let us test on this condition, this molecule, this carbohydrate. Here how many hydrogen atoms? Yes, is clearly written. Yes, 12. Yes, you are right, 12. How many oxygen? Just 6. Isn't it? So, this number of hydrogen, if you see, is just double of this oxygen. The ratio is again 2:1. Then this is carbohydrate. Clear?